Welcome back to Topics in Psychology. I'm Dr. Sharon Eve, psychotherapist, author, and educator. And today, I'm going to start out talking about RIZ. What is RIZ, you may ask? If you're my age, you probably don't know, unless you're around a 20 or a 30-year-old or a 15-year-old. RIZ is what they use to refer to charisma. That person has RIZ, that person doesn't really have any RIZ. What's that about? So actually, I'm going to use my own language here, and I'm going to talk about what makes people like us. I'm going to give you some ideas about why people typically like us, and at the end, I'm going to give you some tips on increasing people liking you. There are certain things that you can do that will help create more relationships. I got a lot of tips for you. Okay, so let's talk about what makes people like each other. Similarity. There's a shared values, maybe you're in the same field of work. There are things that you share in common. And that, or maybe hobbies, that is somehow validating to us. And we feel good being around that. Another quality is warmth. And along with that, competence. Are people kind? Are they warm with us? Are they welcoming? And are they confident? We're drawn to people who are confident, who know who they are. I think that helps us trust them more. If they know who they are, we know what we're going to get. Positive affect. Do you have a nice time around people when people are with you? Are you capable of enjoying things and exploring things and having a laugh? Positive regard. Unconditional positive regard means I accept you for who you are. I see who you are. I can appreciate those qualities. I'm not going to shame you into being something other than you are. I'm not going to make you wrong or bad for being who you are. I have room for that, for you to be who you are, and I can enjoy that. Everybody's different, and everybody has something to offer. So those are some of the things that make people like us. So how do we increase people liking us? There's certain things you can do that create connection. And some of them we've talked about, and some of them I'm going to add. So when you're with people, are you in good spirits? We all have a bad day. We can all go through really bad periods. But when you're going to go and be social, if you can somehow bring the part of you that's ready to enjoy yourself, the part of you that's curious, bring that forward. People love it when you ask them about them. Because most of us go through days and days and weeks and months where nobody asks us about ourselves. There's a hunger. So when you show interest in someone, you say, oh, like, what are your hobbies, or where do you plan to go on vacation? And they tell you what their hobbies are. Ask a follow-up question. Not tell me about that hobby. I would ask, how did you get into that? That's a really interesting hobby. How did you get there? How did you get into your line of work? Some of my best, most interesting stories that I hear from people are asking them about their process, not about their final result. So, asking people about their process, being interested in that, being curious. And then the next thing is when people talk to you, listen. And listen in the way I've talked about on my other videos. Specifically, be still and hear them and take in what they're telling you. You can nod or say, uh-huh. And with that, you don't interrupt them. You don't ask them a question to derail where they're going. I would suggest wait till someone's finished talking and then ask them a question rather than interrupting them. What happens is they feel really seen, and they feel respected, and they feel appreciated. And they enjoy being around you. That increases people liking you. The last thing I want to mention is be who you are. In your life, if you like doing certain things, If you like building certain things, then claim that and be your own personality. I have a very particular personality. Certain people really connect with that. Other people might prefer someone with a different personality. I'm not all that cool. I'm very dorky and nerdy and geeky, and that's just how I am. The people around me know that, and they like that. I also like that in other people, and I also like being around people who are cooler than me. I have ways to enjoy them and things to learn from them. But be who you are. Claim that with love and acceptance. Because when people meet you, they want to know who you are. That's what will help them understand you and feel safe with you and have trust with you. Thank you for coming. If you have some of your tips, what's helped you be yourself and build friendships, go ahead and put those in the comments. We'd like to hear them. I read all the comments. We'll see you soon in our upcoming videos. Bye.